If I told you that your life isn't running late, that you're not behind, and that you haven't missed your moment, would you believe me? Most people over 40, 50, or even 60 hear this and think, sure, easy for you to say, my time is past. But let me share a story that might change the way you look at your entire future. There was a man named Jacob. At 52 years old, he lost the job he'd been working at for nearly 3 decades. One Friday afternoon, he walked out of the building holding a small cardboard box, a picture frame, a mug, a couple of pens, and a lifetime of memories he didn't know what to do with. When he sat in his car, he didn't start it right away. He just stared at his hands on the steering wheel, hands that had worked for 30 years. And yet, in that moment, he felt like they had achieved nothing. He felt small, behind, scared. He drove home slowly because he didn't know how to tell his wife. He didn't know how to say, it's all gone. The income, the stability, the plan we thought we had. He walked into his house with that same cardboard box, and before he could say a word, his wife looked at him with concern. Are you okay? No, he said quietly. I lost my job. And she just hugged him. No blame, no anger. Just a long, silent hug that said, we'll figure it out. But inside, he was breaking. For the next few weeks, Jacob applied for jobs every single morning. Hundreds of applications, dozens of interviews. And every time, he heard the same 5 words. We've decided to move forward with someone younger. Those words cut deeper than any insult. He wasn't just losing opportunities, he was losing confidence. Every rejection felt like a reminder that society had decided he was done. One night, after another rejection email, he sat outside on his porch. It was cold, the kind of cold that makes you think too much. He looked up at the sky and whispered, what am I supposed to do now? The universe didn't answer, but someone else did. His 19-year-old son walked outside and sat next to him. They didn't talk for a minute. Then his son said, Dad, do you remember when you taught me how to ride a bike? Jacob nodded. You told me something I never forgot. His son continued. You said it doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is whether you're willing to get back on the bike even when you're embarrassed, scraped up, and tired. Jacob smiled weakly. I said that. You did. His son laughed. So maybe it's your turn to get back on the bike. That moment didn't magically fix everything, but it lit a spark, a tiny one, enough for him to try one more time. The next morning, instead of applying for another job, he did something different. He sat down and made a list not of the jobs he wanted, but of the skills he had. Not the positions he'd lost, but the experience he still carried. He wrote about the problems he'd solved, the people he'd helped, the things he was good at without even realizing it. And then he saw it, a skill he'd used for years at work but had never considered doing independently. He knew how to organize businesses, simplify systems, and make things run smoother. He'd learned it by living it. That day, Jacob made a quiet decision. He decided to offer his help locally, just to see what would happen. He called a small, family-owned hardware store and simply said, I think I can help you get more organized. I'm willing to do it for a small fee, just to prove myself. The owner said yes. In 1 week, Jacob fixed their inventory system, reorganized their storage, and created a workflow that made their daily operations smoother. The owner was stunned. You've helped us more in 6 days than the consultant we hired for 6 months, he said, and he paid Jacob triple what they agreed on. For the first time in months, Jacob felt value. 1 job turned into 2, then 5. Soon, a local accountant, a cafe owner, a small manufacturing company, they all reached out. People weren't hiring his age, they were hiring his experience. Within 8 months, Jacob wasn't looking for a job anymore. He had built something of his own. His breakthrough didn't happen because he was lucky. It happened because, after feeling like a failure, after feeling too old, he made one small decision to try again. And that's the part most people miss. Life doesn't change with giant leaps. It changes with tiny, almost invisible steps. People think they're running out of time, but time doesn't work the way we think it does. Colonel Sanders started KFC at 65. Vera Wang entered fashion at 40. Ray Kroc built McDonald's at 52. The world only remembers the success, but they never see the years of confusion, fear, and self-doubt that came before it. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe you're in that silent, painful gap where you're trying, but nothing is working. Maybe you're rebuilding your life after a loss. But here's what nobody tells you. Your age is not a deadline. It's data. 40 means you've learned. 50 means you've survived. 60 means you've seen enough to make better choices. If you think you're behind, maybe you're not behind at all. Maybe you're finally at the part where your real story begins. Because life doesn't reward the fastest. It rewards the most persistent. And persistence has no age limit. You are not too old to start something new. Your story is not finished. You're just in the chapter that hurts, a little before the plot twist, and one day, you'll look back at this moment, the one that feels heavy and hopeless, and you'll say, this is the moment everything started to change. So take a breath, stand up, try again, not because it's easy, but because your future self is waiting for you and they are so proud of the person you're about to become. Remember this, it's never too late to become the person you were meant to be. Never. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.